Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting Minecraft video. I'm Tyken and today we're going to be continuing the revamp series. Now, today I wanted to do a few minor things before we start on the other project. Namely, I kind of switched the sink around. I used stone instead of, I want to say, andesite. And then I put some decorated stone blocks right there. What are they called? Chiseled. And I think they look better, and it's a little bit more design, but also I changed the buttons slightly. The hot water is now a little bit darker, and I still need to fix that button thing, but later. Also, I kind of did the ceiling up one with some stair blocks around the edges. I'm not sure if that really adds much or if it takes anything away. So let me know what you think. I personally think it adds just a little bit more dimension where it's just kind of flat before, but I don't feel like it adds enough. Ideally, I would like to add some kind of material going across, kind of like a support beam, but the problem is there is a very thin floor immediately right above, so I'm very limited to my I can't think of the word. Dimensions? Space. Whatever. Another thing I want to do real quick is I do kind of like this design here a bit more, but it still feels kind of empty. So I think what I'm going to do is just put the standard bushes back with like the cactus and the oak leaves. I'm sure there's probably better leaves, but I think these look fine. Oops. There we go. Alternatively, the new bamboo might work a little bit better. No. Especially because it's so tall. But even then, it just looks like a stick. So, no, that's not going to work. Sadly, we'll just put the cactus back. Cactus kind of looks, well, at least in this texture pack, it looks very much like a cactus. But it's okay. When I update my Taidogu pack, I kind of want to make the dead bushes look like kind of similar to the vanilla ones. So I've seen a lot of people do that, and it actually looks like branches, and it looks really amazing. Nothing much else I want to do in here, except I did decide to put a full block right there, and it kind of just looks like a circular thing sitting on top of a slab floor, so it looks good. A few other things I want to do in here. I'm not sure what to do, because a lot of you have mentioned it, and I've thought about it myself, is that it just needs less brown and wood, and I definitely agree. I'm not sure what to do with it, because everything else kind of looks out of place, but we'll do that another time. Revamp the revamp series, as it were. Today, I want to focus on the upper floor, since we haven't really touched it much. I really like my alchemy area. I think I want to keep it at least similar, but I might add some changes at least. And obviously, I'm not going to need this here anymore because we're going to be redoing the library today. Another thing I'm going to be doing is I want to show you guys another neat little feature you can do with the fill command. So you get your first coordinates. You get your second coordinates. And then oak slab. And then you're gonna, oops, did not mean to tab. There we go. And then you're gonna hit like right arrow key, and that should pop up. Then you tab and hit right arrow key again. You go to type, right arrow key again. And now this is where the cool thing you can do, since the command system is kind of smart when you're tabbing commands. You can have the slab facing the bottom, the top, or be a double slab block. And of course, we're going to be doing it with the top, and then you just cap it off there. Bam! Instantly, without too much work, all of that's replaced with slab. And it's pretty quick and easy to do. I thoroughly enjoy using these commands. Now we're going to fix this. Okay, we're going to have a fun time fixing this later. We're also going to be working on the bedroom anyway, because like I like my bedroom, but it definitely needs a redesign, because like it's good, but it could be better. So we're going to work on that. Plus, the main thing I hate about my bedroom is that you climb up to it, and I kind of like that because it was like a loft, but I feel like in a nice house you don't climb anything, and that's kind of what I'm going for. So we're gonna make that some actual staircases. Now, the thing we're gonna do here is redo pretty much the entire library. I wouldn't say the entire of it because we're gonna be still using some of the base bones of it, but it definitely needs a rework. Also, one thing I'd like to do immediately. Yeah, that should be good. Is fix this to make it look like my little Windows painting. And now, what do I want to do? I want a different desk. We'll just use some dark oak. That won't look too bad. Put some distinction out a little bit. I wish there were log slabs, because I really like logs, and I think that would look good, but oh well. Okay, so let's see. Get rid of the painting. Speaking of which, there's an Easter egg right here, if none of you have ever found it. And we're going to leave that there. For prosperity's sake. There we go. Chair looks a little bit better now. I kind of like in this texture pack how the entire sign is white so you can read it easily, but it also makes it look kind of weird for decorative purposes. Oh well. Now, one of the things I'm going to do is, let's see. I think I was going to grab one of those. Some pressure plates. Let's do all the same color. And item frame. And now we're gonna have to get kind of creative. Try this maybe? And then a button. Stone button should work. Okay, so we're gonna make this look more like a mouse and keyboard. That kind of looks like a keyboard if you don't try too hard. And then a button for the mouse. Oops. You know what? At an angle. No, I was going to say at an angle it might look more realistic, but it doesn't. And there you go. Oops. There you go. Looks like you have a mouse and keyboard, kinda. I played around with a few of the other blocks, and I don't think any of them really look more like a keyboard. You know what, let's try... No. Kinda, but no. Definitely not. I think a birch door is going to be the best we're going to have. Anything that remotely looks like a keyboard. Okay, then over here, we're going to also decorate this. Oops. No! No! I messed up everything. No! Okay. Item frame. Bam. Oh god. Not again. Okay, item frame. Bam, bam, bam. What are we going to put here? I'm thinking... book. Yeah, you know what? Maybe a book and quill. 2 of those. Lectern. Get a... You know what? I don't think it needs to be written in. Something like that. That looks good. And then, let's see. One here. Oops. Let's do it at some sort of angle. That looks good. And then some ink. Nope, that doesn't look good. Paper? And something else decorating the desk. I guess not everything has to be on the desk. And then get my pressure plates. Bam. Now you have a very decorative desk. Another thing you can do is kind of push these down to make the items stand out a little bit more. But sometimes the items stick out too far above the item frame and you can kind of see a little bit of space there. I don't particularly like that, but it's okay. It also kind of makes the desk look a little thinner, which is good. Like you can do that here too. There you go. And it looks like it's actually sitting on top of there. Now, when I redo Taidoku, I'm ew, pardon me. Going to redo pretty much all of the items that have their own custom 3D model. That's going to take a lot of time, but essentially whenever you put them in an item frame, especially like on the ground, I don't think you can put one on the ceiling. It's going to actually look like it's popping out, like it's an actual book, not just a picture of a book. Because that definitely looks like a book, but it looks like it's painted on, if you know what I mean. It's very two-dimensional, hence 3D models. Okay, now we're going to be pretty much redoing the entirety of the bottom floor here. A couple of things we're going to be doing. Perfect. We got to be very careful. When I first made this, I did it very precisely because otherwise the library is going to punch right out of the wall. Did not think too well when I was building all this. I think partially was because I was working with a lot of limitations from my world that I ported this world over from. I'm pretty sure this house has been ported over like 3 times across 3 different save files with updates. But I could always do that again with this world into a new world, but I think it's time to start fresh. I think that's exactly what I want to do. And pretty much just do a better design of this house, because again, like the whole point of this revamp series is I'm trying to make this look as good as it can, but it has very obvious limitations. Okay, now what we're going to do is going to do our fill trick again. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. Right there. Bam, bam, bam. Oak. Oops. Plank. Perfect. Woo. Kind of dropped it on the floor for a second there. Let's see. What do I want to do now? Get rid of this. I do believe... Yeah, because again, this is one of the rooms I planned out partially. This entire room is still unfinished, so it's probably not going to be finished by the end of this either 1 or 2-parter episode, probably 2 at this point. However, it is going to be largely done. It basically, kind of like the den, where it's mostly done, but it still needs a few things, or could use some improvements. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to pull this forward. The main reason being is I kind of want the bookshelves to be set in, kind of like over here and over there, and it needs depth. And I can't really do that right here because this wall literally punches out into the sky. I wouldn't say the sky, but overworld. So, need to fix that. And we're going to fix that by pulling everything in one. And that is going to be a massive pain in the butt. I think I know how to do that with mods, or not mods, commands. But it might just be easier to do it all manually. There we go. Because I tried doing that with the den in a separate save file, and I just messed up everything. I had to roll back a save file just because it messed it up so much. I kind of want to do something like this, but I don't really feel like that adds anything. You know what? No, especially because that's there. Alternatively, if that was there, that might be interesting. Kind of little book nook. I like that. Alternatively, what I was going to do is put some barrels here. Oops. Kind of looks like index drawers, sort of. And that looks okay. It just doesn't look amazing. And then, what was the other thing? Looms? Yeah, at least in this texture pack. I think in the vanilla one, they have interesting textures. I think I have to do this the weird way. This way? Yep. So we'll just have to replace those stairs. But I want your opinions, because obviously this room isn't going to be done yet, so if enough people say they like one design over another, I'll go with that. But, like, that's just kind of decorative. I could theoretically push that in one. I could also do it with the barrels. That might look a little bit better. The barrels don't look better. Maybe the looms? Because the barrels definitely look like they should serve a purpose. And they don't, especially with them being blocked and such. So, We're gonna see what looks best. Oops. Note to self when doing my texture pack, make the interesting side the one that you don't have to do a lot of BS for. Okay, that looks pretty good. Oops. Doesn't look amazing though. Cause like, let's see. Let's pretty much do the same thing right here. That looks okay. It just doesn't look amazing. I feel like the books look a little bit better, but I also feel like there's enough books. So I don't know. I'm very interested to hear what you guys think. We'll just leave. Huh. You know what? I'm leaning towards the looms just because it brightens up the room a little bit without using the exact same color and texture. So it looks nice. I don't know how I feel about that being right there. Maybe if I just did something like this. I don't know if that looks better or not. It looks better for both of them like that. But then these don't look that great because part of the support is covered. So again, let me know what you guys think. I think the looms look better, and I kind of like the support beam back one more. But yeah, definitely would love your opinion on this because I'm kind of undecided. And honestly, like, a lot of you have amazing opinions and design ideas. I've taken a lot of advice from my viewers in the past, and a lot recently from my friends on Discord. Everyone that's recently joined has just helped me and my builds so much. Like, I'll post something and they'll be like, yeah, this looks better. And I'm like, you know what? It does. So yeah, if you guys want to actually be an active part of my channel, feel free to drop by and, well, obviously Discord is the easiest, but you can also leave comments. That helps both my channel and in general because I read all my comments, or at least try to. Maybe not the most speedy replier in the world, but I read them. I may not always reply to them either, just because I don't always have something to say. Alright. It's looking better already. Well, except for this part, obviously. Oh god, I'm falling. I kind of like the stone up here. I kind of don't. I feel like, again, we need less browns. I love brown. It's literally my favorite color, but we need other colors. We'll work on that later. For now, what I want to do... No, walls. I want to say it is an andesite wall. I really, really love the person that did this. They made custom models for different walls and fences. Not all of them have made it into the main pack yet, but it's what's here so far, and it is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Like, I want this. I want this so bad. I saw another one that was part of the alternate files where they changed, like, each type of wood or each type of fence has a different texture. Like the, I want to say dark oak looks like a log wall, like somebody stacked up a bunch of logs. I really like that. I don't know if I want to do that with my pack. Okay, let's get some carpet down. Bam, bam. Oh, shoot. We're going to have this very grandiose. The red will also add some color and take away some of the brown. Oh, God. Yeah, that looks good. Alternatively, if I could, I'd want to push these staircases back one to give like a little bit of extra length to the T. But it's okay as it is. I'm not too upset about that. Let's see. Then what I had this idea because there's a lot of open space here, and I didn't want to just do like walls of bookshelves because that's honestly doesn't add a lot. Like you can see, it's just kind of boring and uninspired, and that doesn't look bad per se. But I think what I'm going to do is a lot better. I think you guys can give my opinion, or give me your opinion. We're just gonna make them too wide, because if we make them any wider, it will kind of take away from the walls a bit. Oops, no. So we're doing layered, or not layered, like a staircase bookshelf. That's the wrong word, but you get what I'm talking about. Different tiers. Now, let's see. Something to cover the top. I'm gonna say take dark oak and spruce. Alternatively, we could have a stone capper, but or something else. But I don't really feel like that fits a bookshelf. It's like a bookcase. And essentially what I'm trying to do is add depth and texture to the bookcase. Because it just looks like a small little thin frame, like a cheapy one you would buy at like Walmart or IKEA. Like it doesn't really look like a bookshelf, or at least a nice bookshelf. It looks like a dollar bookshelf. Again, wrong word, but super cheap, mass-produced. Like, this is supposed to be a nice, decadent house. So, some trapdoors. Again, I'm kind of undecided between, like, I like the color of these a little bit better, but I don't like the knockers on them. At least maybe on that one. That looks fine. You know what? We'll do one of each. And again, you guys can give me your opinions. I'm going to match the woods, though, because otherwise that's going to look silly. Okay, already. I like that a little bit. It doesn't really match the frames already on the bookshelf, but that's fine. Okay. Let's see. Alternatively, I can also just put... Oops. Did not mean to do that. Or that. Alternatively, I could also just put those across the top like that, but it looks weird and it makes this corner more pronounced. So I think I'm just going to stick with the slabs on top. Okay, so immediately, my opinion is I like the look of this door more, but I like the color of the spruce more. So I think I might just suck it up and have knockers on the sides of everything. Oops. I keep messing everything up. There we go. Gotta make sure they're all facing the same way too, like that one is upside down. Gotta have the knocker bit at the top. It's very easy to mess up. Perfect. Obviously we're gonna do the other side, not that many people are gonna notice it's missing, but you know, especially anybody wanting to explore someone's world they're gonna wander around a little bit. They're not just gonna walk in straight lines. Like if someone was touring my world, it would totally notice this. Or at least I feel so. Oops. Yeah, that looks good. Looks good. Okay, so now I'm a bit of an impasse because I feel like this looks really good. Now, originally, I wanted to put like an aquarium right here. You know what? Let's fix this real quick. Stop. There we go. So I want to put an aquarium right here where all these bookshelves are. And I think it does a lot for the room. It adds a lot of color. It adds more than just books. It's almost like a museum instead of just a library, which is actually a really interesting idea that I'm going to have to add a trophy room. That may have just filled out some of the other spaces I needed. So, I think I will do a, I can't think of the word. Fish tank? Fish tank, that's the word. Right here. Oh my god, I'm just out of it. To be fair, I'm kind of sick at the moment. I'm fighting and I'm winning, but I'm sick and I'm loopy and I don't feel well. So hopefully you can all forgive me for forgetting the word fish tank. I know, a major grievance for some of you, but we'll pull through. So I'm going to put a fish tank here. The main problem, or the main grievance I had with putting a fish tank here is that it's just very small. And I could do a lot more grandiose fish tank somewhere else. But I could still also do a grandiose fish tank somewhere else. So I don't feel like I'm missing much. Put a fish tank in the cat's room. That's actually not a bad idea. I'm not sure where I could put it, but like a small little pond for them to actually fish their food out of. Ooh. Ooh. Or maybe expand their water bowl and have fish swimming around in the water so they get fresh, clean water and they can fish their food out of. That's awesome. Okay, yeah, I like that idea. See, we're all improving right off the bat.